So we're gonna do the last thing uh, before we end the show today, and that's gonna be the over under game. We're gonna go through it pretty quickly today. Last week we did terrible. Both of us did really bad. We lost pretty much all of them, but I did beat Rohan because Brock Purdy did not throw for 200 yards, which was hilarious because both of us sat here and laughed and talked about how I should have made it higher because that was such a low bar. And we talked about how Rohan was definitely going to win that one. And then the Browns held him to 125 yards, which is their average. They're doing kind of historic things over there on defense. It sucks for them that their offense is so terrible, but also I don't have any sympathy for the Browns because they put themselves in this position. But so for this week, we're gonna I'm gonna test you on because we were talking earlier about injuries. I'm gonna go over or under zero point 0.5 touchdowns for Christian McCaffrey. Is he going to keep doing his record of a touchdown? I think it would be 16 or 15 straight games if he does play and get a touchdown in this game. Do you think this is kind of like two questions in one? Because if you say over, then you think he's playing.
Okay. So are you saying over on like them playing or not playing, or what do you mean?
I'm doing over and over or under 0.5 touchdowns for Christian McCaffrey.
Got it. Okay. I'll say under because I don't think he plays.
Okay. All right. I'm also going to go under. Now, if he's not
It's
playing,
kind of sad because we've been accustomed to the McCaffrey touchdowns.
I've been telling everyone if you can bet to always bet. I wonder. I feel like they don't care about that stuff actually enough to do that. But I wonder if they would get him in literally to score his touchdown and then take him out. I just feel like Kyle Shanahan has no restraint. What I just described is like me with chocolate. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna have one square and then I eat the whole bar. I feel like if Christian McCaffrey is suited up to play, Kyle will not be able to hold himself back. So I think that the only way that they can have him out there is if he's not playing, because I don't think moderation is something that Kyle feels with Christian McCaffrey. So I'm gonna also go under, but it would be hilarious if he just keeps breaking that record and goes out and does do that. So if he's sitting, I think maybe they will potentially rely on some other players. So what about over or under 0.5 touchdowns for Deebo Samuel? Do you think he's going to play? Do you think he will take over? He could also, and I'm not specifying. I'm not specifying between catching and rushing too. So he could. This could also be a rushing touchdown for Deebo.
I think that for me, I will Deebo. You know what? I'll go over. If I'm not going McCaffrey over, I'll go over. I think he plays, and I think he gets a touchdown, maybe even in the rushing way.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you just talked yourself into it. Like I saw you saying under, and then you were like, no. I agree. Okay, how about Ayuk? Do we think that Ayuk is going to get over or under? I'm going to put 0.5 touchdowns.
Ayuk, I'll go over as well. I think both of them will get one touchdown. I don't know if we've seen that this year, but I think both of them will get one touchdown.
Okay, and our last guy for our different weapons that we were talking about, you were really confident in the over about this last week, and I wish you were correct because potentially the 49ers would have won. Over or under George Kittle, we're going to say 6 targets.
No, I'm going on the under for Kittle for everything. I'm going on the under for Kittle. Really? 6 targets, I can't. Yeah, I'm going on the under for Kittle. Kittle sold me last week, so I'm going on the under for Kittle.
Okay, I'm gonna go over, but I'm gonna go over in like a Kyle being spiteful way. Like he was asked too much about it this week, and so I feel like he's gonna be like, fine, you want to get him involved? I'll throw him the ball, whatever. Like I just feel like Kyle is. I could also see him giving him no targets and be like, this is what you get for asking him about Kittle. But no, I'm expecting, especially with Christian McCaffrey, I think he'll sit. I'm not 100% sure on how I feel or how much Deebo Samuel will be involved. So I'm hopeful that it will be a big Kittle game, and I'm going to predict that he gets more than 6 targets. I also want to say I think he's going to get a touchdown. George Kittle in primetime games, okay? That's not a part of it. I'm not asking you about touchdowns, but that's going to be a little. If we're tied, I win because I think he gets a touchdown. Jordan Mason, over under 1 or 0.5, 0.5 touchdowns. Jordan Mason.
I'll go no. I'll go on the under because I think Deebo will get the one rushing one that they get. So I'll go no. I'll go under.
Okay, I'm gonna go over for that. I want to say Jordan Mason. The Vikings aren't very good against the run. I think he will get it. Knowing our luck, it'll be Elijah Mitchell, and I didn't even put him on here. But I'm gonna say over for Mason. What about zero point 0.5 sacks for Randy Gregory for this offense? He did really well in his I think he only played 30% of the snaps last week. Did extremely well, got a ton of pressure, and also a sack. Do you think he will have a sack against Kirk Cousins or someone uh, in this upcoming game? Over under zero point 0.5 sacks for Randy Gregory.
Randy Gregory, I will go. You know what? I'll ride the wave. I'll go over again. I think that 49ers will get him opportunities, so I'll go over again.
Okay, I'm also going over. So far we're agreeing on everything except for Kittle, and you're only not agreeing with me on Kittle because he burned you last week.
Yes.
What about Nick Bosa over under? I want to make this harder. 1.5 sacks. So do you think he's going to get more than one sack?
I think that Nick Bosa over or under a half a sack. Minnesota they give up a good amount of sacks. I'll go over. I'll go over for both. I think that he'll get a sack. So yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. And I'm going to need your help wording this because I don't know like how to word it, but Minnesota has had a huge problem with fumbling this year. They have had a ton of turnovers and a ton of fumbles. So I am kind of predicting that the 49ers defense could be practicing their punch outs and really trying to get the ball out this. So, I guess I'll just do that over under, but I want to make it specific, not just not an
Fumble
interception.
over under
Fumble.
half a fumble.
Over under Kirk Cousins, half a fumble. What do we
Kirk
think?
Cousins half a fumble. Interesting.
Or Vikings. Sorry, Vikings, because running backs.
I have a feeling like they're fumbling at least 70% of their games. I know Kirk had a fumble, I thought, this past week as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the 49ers don't force fumbles that often, but I'll take it just because I think Minnesota is fumble prone this year. So I'll take it. Maybe
Okay,
a
I'm
strip
also
sack.
thinking.
Well, I'll go with that. A strip sack at some point.
Okay, I'm also that would be good to see. We want to this defense. I feel like is going to come back with vengeance. I think that they learned from this Brown games. I think I'm going to go over on that as well. Now, just for normal interceptions, over or under 0.5 interceptions for Kirk Cousins.
So you're saying, 0.5
Throwing the
interception.
ball to the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
team.
I will go under on this one. I think Kirk will fumble, but I don't think he'll throw a pick.
Okay, and we're going to disagree. I think there's going to be a takeaway. I think that he's going to throw an interception. I'm going over. Now, Brock Purdy, over under 0.5 interceptions. He was so perfect. And then you and I cursed him. We both said that he was going to get an interception, and he did. We suck.
I said it. I said it.
It
And he
was
did.
the only thing we got
So
right.
I'll say no. I'll say no for this one. I don't think Minnesota intercepts him.
I agree. I'm going to go under for Brock Purdy. I think he's going to have a bounce back game. Okay. Danielle Hunter, over under 0.5 sacks. For the last one.
Neil Hunter over under. I'll go over. I think he'll get the one sack. He's got 8 this year, so I'll go over.
Perfect. Okay. I also think that. So you and I agreed on a lot, but we disagreed on Kittle. I went over and you went under. We disagreed on Kirk Cousins interceptions and on a Mason touchdown. So it'll be really nice to come back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. To come back next week and maybe talk about how that ended up going. Do you have any record predictions? I know it's kind of earlier.
Are you saying
not
season
a
record?
real. No. Sorry. Do you have any score predictions
score
for the
predictions?
game?
I didn't make one yet. I haven't really thought about it, but I do think the 49ers should win this one. The question that I posed yesterday is, do they win this one by 2 scores? Because Minnesota hasn't lost by more than a touchdown yet in this game,
I know they
or
keep
this
games
season. Yeah,
close. They keep games
they've
close.
had they keep games close. My only question is, how much can Minnesota really score in this one? And so I don't know if Minnesota scores more than. I don't think they score more than 20 points in this one. I think they score probably around 17 points, maybe 16, 17 points in this game. I just don't see them scoring as much.
I agree. My rough prediction is going to be 27 49ers, 13 Vikings. So I feel like this is going to be a bounce back game. I think the 49ers, they have a good ego to them. I don't think that they want to lay another egg. I think they're going to come out and try to make a little bit of a statement against a really diminished and hurting Vikings team right now, and potentially make them want to start selling ship and giving them Hunter. Okay, well, I had such a great time with you guys. 49er, this guy's going super over. He thinks 4 to 5 touchdowns. I like that.
Okay.
I love that confidence. Yeah, I picked 27, and part of me is like, oh, I should go higher, but I'm gonna stick with 27 right now for the 49ers. But I had such a good time talking with you, Rohan. I always do.